Alrighty, hello, it has been a while since I've done one of these sort of specialty videos, but this one I wanted to take a little bit of a look at the new character, because you guys seem to like my first impressions videos, even though I'm usually full of crap. But anyway, the new character that's been released is called Snork Gunk. Doesn't really have a background just yet. I don't know, maybe they've released it. But he's sort of like a weird hybrid of a lot of characters that we've already seen before. And that's sort of my general gist of what I've been getting from playing this character and playing it a little bit. I haven't put too much time into it, but I've been busy working and doing other stuff, so I haven't had time to really fully explore everything, but I still wanted to make a little bit of a first impressions for those that don't like downloading the beta and just would like to see it in a YouTube video. But the big thing about Snork, I think his name is, I don't even remember. Yeah, Snork Gunk is his name, is just terrible. Is that he is supposed to be sort of like a snaily kind of weird character. He's got these weird after images that look kind of weird. Jumping wise, he's got sort of a big like floaty kind of like Ix, but it looks like he's a lot thick than Ix and a lot of other characters. His AA is another one of those sort of piercy, rangy ones. It's very similar to Foxy's in that I think it has a wide range in what it hits, so you can sort of like hit turrets from above like that. So it's very similar to like Foxy and things like that. The first ability, oh boy, these droids are gonna be rough. His first ability is this little tongue ability. It's I think it's a tongue or it's some sticky snail thing, whatever. I always thought it was a tongue, but basically it shoots out a projectile and it sticks to either a droid or a wall. It sticks to anything, and it pulls you towards that and does damage in an AoE. It's very, very similar to like Swiggin's, but like the cooldown is pretty low, and that's his sort of first ability. His second ability is he releases these three little orbs that sort of run around and get clipped on things and act really weird. There's also some weird DirectX lag and stuff and lots of other problems in this patch. But interesting-ish things, because as you can see, they sort of pierce, not always through things, so it's not visually. I think they need to tweak that a little bit. And there's just some weird inconsistencies with how they work, in that like what it will go through. That like as you can see, like some of the textures don't get through and things like that. Right now it currently does a stupid amount of damage, and so like if they leave it with that much kind of burstiness, ooh, let's not get in there. Doesn't do any visitation. I don't want to say, I can't think of a better word than that. His cooldowns are pretty ridiculously thing, and there's just like weird hit inconsistencies. Jeez, I cannot speak. That like I have disliked. One thing that like as you can see, you can sort of use it for clearing droids because it passes through and doesn't activate the bombs themselves. But like there's a weird disconnect for me in that like in order to do that you have to stand away from the droids, but that means you can't AA them at the same time, so like it's really just a terrible like what okay, that was weird. It's sort of like this weird disconnect where like you think you can clear droids with them, and maybe like if you upgrade them a little bit they can pass through droids, but like ultimately you're better off just using them as missiles and projectiles. And one thing that I dislike about it is here, let's go straight to a turret while we're at it. Is that it goes through things. Like I was saying, there's some weird disconnects in what it goes through and what it doesn't. But the collision actually activates on a turret, so it won't actually go through a turret. As you can see, they just sort of fizzle out like that. And it's just sort of really inconsistent to me, because like I'm fine with things piercing. Like we've already got Penny, we've already got Coco, like there's no reason why they shouldn't just be able to pierce through the turrets. And like it goes to that terrible droid clearing kind of thing. The hitbox on this, like the launching projectile, has been a little bit iffy for me. I've been standing next to people, and then it actually targets the people behind them. So it hasn't been consistent with that. And like, I'd almost rather have the bombs hit the droids, because it's so much more efficient, I would say, in that way. But now let's take a look at the upgrades and sort of bring up another thing that I've noticed about this character. He really doesn't have a lot of creativity when it comes to like his options that he has. Like, it really just takes a lot of abilities that we've already seen, the sort of movement and style and like abilities, but they don't really do anything special with them. Like, we've got range, which we've seen on Swigen's Anger Hook. We've got damage. Duh, we're gonna have a damage upgrade. This is Awesomenauts we're talking about. Lifesteal, which is like, okay, I mean, that's interesting. Cooldown, which is just nightmarish because you can get it so fast, because it reduces it by 2 seconds. Then you've got slowing effect, which is another little kind of a scary thing. And stun, which is also very similar to Swigen's. Like, he's basically got almost an identical kit to Swigen's. And so, like, and it might be, depending on how, like, the numbers are balanced, like, it might be better or it might be worse. Like, I'm not in the position to say which one's going to be better or worse or something like that, because whenever I make a call like that, I'm always wrong. But it feels like there could have been a little bit more. We've got knockback to this, like, this thing feels very similar to, like, Refract and the laser trap on Rocket, that, like, they had a weird love child, because you've got the knockback, which is very similar to Ix's thing. You've got the lifetime, which, like, I feel like the lifetime of these really feels short for what they do. I feel like having a couple more of them on base and having them spin a little bit slower might be nice, and having them last a little bit longer, but in turn making the cooldown longer, like making it more useful and less of just a burst thing, would kind of be cool in my opinion. Not that anyone cares about my opinion. The size, like, that's just literally making them larger, like, that's kind of cool. The explosion radius is going to be frustrating because we already got AoE on, like, Lone Star and things like that. Healing, interesting. Like, I don't know if that makes it. We can test that. I can see if that actually, like, explodes the shields onto them. And then that's just a straight up shield upgrade. So, like, they could have done so many things, because, like, we don't have, like, particle things, and I would have liked one upgrade, like, just I'm thinking of right off the cuff, is that, let's see. Oh, they heal. That actually is kind of cool. Like, that's the most interesting use I've seen. Oh, I grappled onto things. That's another thing. They've got, like, this weird hitbox for where you hit people when you grapple people. It's like, oh, heal you. Like, okay, that's pretty interesting. But his AA feels a little bit strong. And, like, the burst on these things seems pretty crazy. But, like, oh, I never explained my idea of, like, at the end, like, press this, and at the end of your thing, it'll send the projectiles outwards. Like, I think that would be cool. Like, and if you had a lot of them, it could look really cool and be fun visually, and, like, gameplay-wise, it would be pretty fun. But, like, they just went with a lot of, like, bog standard, like, upgrade trees and upgrade abilities that, like, I wish they had been a little bit more creative with them. Bam, baby. Squish. You suck. Dum-dum. I dare you. Frickin' dare you. Frickin' dare you. Oh, my droids. Bam, bam. Oh. Oh, jeez, I forgot. Gunkbot cheats a lot. But then let's look at his AA row. Just straight up damage upgrade, not exciting at all. Cooldown, which is similar. I mean, you got, like, a couple upgrades that do similar things, like on Lone Star and things like that. Look at the other ones. I like the range upgrade. The range upgrade is kind of fun to sort of play like that. But it's like, it's the same concept as with, like, Swigen's, that, like, to me, unless you're, like, dodging one ability, like a Clunk Explode that's right about to hit you or something like that, like using it in one of those super niche cases, using a hook, like a Swig's hook, for mobility is a waste. It takes time to deploy, takes time to get there, like, and then you don't have your hook for the battle that you're trying to get into. So for me, I've always seen that as a waste. So like, this is more of a byproduct than a way to engage. Like, I know, of course, people are going to utilize it and make really cool, like, videos of, like, really kind of stupid, like, jumping in and doing ridiculous things. Let's test out the jumpy thing just to get you a feel of how much he can float. And it's a decent amount. Like, not, I think it's similar to, but like, look at that burst. Girl, look at that burst. Barm. Girl, look at that burst. He just, I was playing with a couple other people, and like, some of the problems that they were having was that, like, he doesn't combo as well. Like, at least with Swiggins, you got like the setup. This is more of like a like initiation and damage dealer, and so like less setup and more just, I don't know. But it's just another damage upgrade. Slowing on AA, which is going to be painful. Increases like basically a mutant ninja worm, and then like the same increased on slowed people, which, oh geez, that's gonna combo with this pretty well, which I see why they had to put it pretty expensive. But like, they just, I don't know, it feels like very safe upgrade choices and upgrade abilities that, like, it just, I don't know, feels a little bit weird. Look at that burst. Jeez. Plus, you got the whole Klunkbot being broken, but he, like, enjoyable enough, and like, of course, with every character, like, new character, people are gonna master him and do stupid stuff with him. Like, if you notice, I don't even have damage yet, and I'm already, like, look how much damage it does. Bam. Bam. Unupgraded ability. And look at that weird hitbox thing. Not to mention, I think I wormed myself. Can you do that? Oh, look at that! Oh, there's some fun bugs in this. Of course, this is one. And then another one I noticed is that you can't, when you on a Agion, you can't actually. This is so weird. I think I did actually worm myself. That's hilarious. But like, as you can see, like, the hitbox is kind of inconsistent, and it's sometimes hard to aim that. Where you come out of it is inconsistent. Sometimes you end up on the left of them, some you have to, and it's right. So that's something that they really need to get down before, like, releasing this character, because that's like game breaking in terms of, like, if he's that, oh, I'm sorry about this, the stupid patch, it broke this one. OpenGL used to not have this problem when using OBS and streaming like that, but now it does. So it's, I'm sorry, there's not too much I can do. Something about the drop pod sequence is broken, so I don't know. We've known about this issue for months, but they haven't fixed it for streaming for some stupid reason. And now it's spread to OpenGL, so that's fun. But what are you gonna do? Like, and then DirectX is like super performance problems for me, but like, I'd rather have that right there than 10 frames per second on a 6-year-old game. But like, I can see you getting like burst and initiation, but like, once you use your abilities, what do you have? Like, the utility of him beyond his like gimmick is something that, like, I'm just not seeing. I'm just like, yeah, okay, I went in and I did a ton of burst to him and I can like chase, but like, until my abilities are back, like, what am I doing actually? I don't know. Well, see, like, in order to get my ball things to hit them, like, goes like that, and then they explode at the end. But, oh, that's a, I'm really glad I missed. I don't know. We're in a weird spot. I'm interested to see what they do with him. Wow, I actually used it effectively like that, and I didn't worm myself. That's always fun. Yeah, suck it. Oh my gosh, that's so many. Oh my gosh. Money, money, money. Nope. Weird spot right now. Oh, that's weird. It's when the thing is there, it's working, but in the actual drop pod menu. That's weird. Who the crap knows? But I don't know. It seems like an interesting enough character. The sound effects I haven't listened to too much. Sort of like I think I sort of comically ironic-y kind of stuff. I think one of his lines, the new "You better watch out" is gonna be "The ball's in your court," or whatever he says. I'm in a tight spot here. Suck it, nerd. But like in the end, like yeah, I just lived there, but like now I don't have any abilities to defend with. So like, what am I gonna do? Damn. And like the only way to hit the balls, let's see if you can actually cancel it out or something. Cause that would be cool if like you could activate them and then release them, but it doesn't look like. Bam. So like that would be a nice way and maybe like an upgrade to do that, but like they just don't. The abilities just don't feel like they do too much, and like the upgrades are like safe ones that like we've seen on other characters and we know work well. Oh, get back out, get back out. Let me hit you. Let me hit you. Bam! Oh well, I might be toast. Oh, oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. That was a thing. I got soups lucky there. Suck it, kill steal. And like, the thing is, you look at this and you say, oh wow, he's super effective. You're slaughtering with him, but like, you never take like the abilities and like performance of a character against droids in beta before they get to tweak the numbers. And like, from what I've felt, like I've only played a couple games with him. Like clearing wise, he's got good clear because he has naturally piercing AA, which like maybe they could have changed something with that. In that like if he's too strong, like maybe having it a actual literal projectile, because it looks like in his animation, it looks like he's like swinging a projectile, and so like it makes sense to me, and that doesn't make sense to me. His Oh, I did. Whoops. Whaps. Oh, right. I gotta do that, otherwise you can't see. I see like a lot of potential for like a character that wouldn't just be copying other people's abilities and doing things that are fun and unique, but they went with more safe upgrades, and like, yeah, that might make him a more viable character in the future, but like maybe it won't be as enjoyable to play. And if they can't get the consistency problem with that hook, because oh my gosh, is anchor hook already an annoyance enough in terms of like inconsistency and like things interrupting this. Imagine if you didn't always go like through your anchor hook consistently. Like imagine how annoying that would be. That's 900 damage. Jeez. Oh, he might be came up for me. Like, and that's with now all my base upgrades. Like, that's more than a Clunk Explode right there, so they definitely need to fiddle with some things. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, the ukes! The ukes! They're real. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm hitting the worm, and I'm intersecting with the actual hidden worm. Oh, that's great. That's golden. That's so golden. Okay, well, at least I'm making this video entertaining. Hopefully you guys are interested in my opinions, and if you're too lazy to download the update, at least this gives you sort of a shot to sort of see how it kind of works and what to do and how he sort of feels. Hopefully I was able to give you enough information. Okay, do you have to actually set the map from outside, or can you select map? Cool. I just wanted to show off the broken invis with him, but I don't know. We'll see. Like I'm I'm always so hesitant to make opinions and state things in these first impressions video, because that's what they are. They're first impressions. I've played like 5 games with him, so like, and not very many against actual people, so it's hard to get like an impression of how something feels when you don't have a team to combo with and when you don't have actual people to play against. But I still feel like these initial impressions are important, but you can make that as you will. But that's just fantastic. You can worm yourself. I kind of hope they like leave that in the game. That would be brilliant. I like the range upgrade, as I've said, but I don't know. He just feels like a weird amalgamation of characters we already have. He doesn't have like unique things. Like a different second ability would be really cool, or at least spice it up with really unique and fun upgrades to make it like cool. Come on, let me have it. Okay, and boom! Look at that! Look at that! Nerd! Nerd! Look at that! Can't know where I am. Oh my gosh, you do, because you're stupid and you're something special. Oh my gosh. But oh my gosh, this game sometimes is just quite entertaining. Oh my gosh, we just wiped him. And I wonder if there's like other inconsistencies, if you can like jump through platform. Let's try that. Let's see if we can do some wall hacking before we call it quits, because it's about a 20-minute video. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some angle that you could get on these things where it just like puts you behind turrets. I really enjoyed that in Ksenia or Katara, of just like literally you could break yourself, break the game, and have some fun with that. Oh my gosh, chill out, chill out, yo, bro. But anyway, this has been Snorple, Dork, Forkle, Mork, whatever you care. I don't actually, but like, look at that. Like it goes through turrets and anyway. Sorkle, Norkle, Snorkel, McFlorkle, Derp, Dorp, whatever. You know, that's gonna be his name, and hopefully that will be the meme that sports him of just Forkle, McDorkle or something. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this stupid, silly video. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. Bye-bye.